You talked about ego and the placement of it. So what was the origin of ego for you? Like, where did you start noticing where people like, Andrew, you need to calm it down, be a little more humble? Like, when did people start telling you that? At what point, and where do you think that came from?
So when I was a kid and I was a chess player and I was winning,
Started early.
my dad always encouraged me to brag.
Yeah.
So yeah, you won.
Yeah.
Go brag. Tell him you won. Like this is the real world. You won. Only losers are going to be upset when winners talk.
Yeah.
You know, this is how it goes. You know, and there's obviously social norms. I'm not saying go through life and be completely unlikable, but if you wake up every day and you look in the mirror and say, you know what, I've looked around at what I see, and I'm up there. I'm the man. I'm the top 5%. I'm the top 1%. Like, who out there can do more than what I can do or lives better than what I do? You know what? I'm doing well. If you really believe that in yourself, then what's going to happen is you're going to feel motivated to prove it. This is the thing. It's very difficult. You have to have a mental disorder to have an ego with no justification. Those people have something wrong with them. But if you're going to wake up every day and work your ass off and make money and buy cars and train and be in fantastic physical shape and do all these things to prove your ego, so when someone comes along and goes, well, what's your problem? You say, I ain't got a problem. My life's good. Then you're going to have a very fantastic life. Why would you train or work hard if you don't have an ego? If you don't have an ego and you're not all about me and what I am and who I am, why would you even care? People without ego are the lazy people. Oh, I'm fat, but I don't care. I don't have a nice car. I don't care. I love myself way too much to be broke or fat because I'm me. So my ego is the absolute motivator. If someone comes along and goes, I have no motivation, then you have to say, okay, you're very, very happy being average. Why is that?
What do people publicly criticize you for the most? Is it the ego or?
It's ego, but you know what? I've done a very, very good job, and this is exactly the exact thing I was saying. I've done a very, very good job at one way or another proving my, like, not saying that I'm the greatest man alive or anything, but a lot of people say I'm strong. But they say they're strong. Well, where's your proof? Or like that I can say I've done well now. By this point in my life, I have accolades I can draw up. You know, I can say, well, I've done this, 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 and that's all down. That was all ego driven. There's no other reason to get in a ring and risk your life to fight some other psycho from the other side of the world besides ego. Like, why else are you going to do it? Money? I didn't get paid for most of my fights. I got paid pennies if you compare what I was doing. I saw 5 people die. I put a guy in a wheelchair for life. Like, what? This is not a joke. Like, you're not going to get in the cage and risk getting hurt forever unless you have an ego. This is the whole drive behind the whole thing. You said you could beat me. You think you can beat me? Okay, time and date. Like, this
and a sanctioned fight is the only time you could put somebody in a wheelchair and suffer no consequences legally,
absolutely,
right?
Zero consequences. Because before the fight, you sign your life away. Right? Every time you sign a piece of paper.
Yeah, I was going to say you have to sign a waiver. Yeah.
Yep, sign a waiver. It doesn't matter what happens to me. Doesn't matter if the medic doesn't turn up on time. Doesn't matter if I die. Doesn't matter. It's my fault and I want to be here. Sign here. So it is what it is.
I saw a humble side of you once on a video. It was your fight that you did recently, last couple of months in Romania, where you kicked the guy in the face in the first minute and he went down.
Yeah.
And you went and sat down with your mates afterwards and you said, you know, I was actually scared walking in there. I wasn't sure what was going to go down. Like, I wasn't that comfortable. I wasn't that confident is what I picked up on. So
afraid. Yeah, I was absolutely afraid. And because fighting is a scary thing.
Well, you put something on the line there, right? Because I mean, you're the world champion. You're come back out of retirement.
Absolutely. You're putting your life on the line and you're putting your reputation on the line. I mean, if that guy beat me, I'm the world champ. I've come back. I haven't trained or nothing. But this goes back to my earlier point on excuses. I accepted that fight on 24 hours notice because he was rude to me in the dressing room. The story behind that fight is I was commentating on that show. And then me and him got in an argument. And he said, why don't you fight me then? And because I'm such a dickhead, I said, all right, okay, fuck you. So I agreed. So then afterwards, when I calmed down, I'm like, oh, now what have I done? I've been smoking cigars and drinking vodka for 3 years. And so then it's like if I lose that fight, he's a nobody compared to me in the sport. But excuses don't matter. I can't lose that fight and go, oh, but I wasn't training and no one cares. In the video, I got knocked out. That's all it's going to be is people tweeting at me, videos of me getting knocked out so it's a big risk. You know, it's a big risk. So of course there's absolutely fear involved. And I understand that there is possibilities I could lose. So I'm definitely afraid, but my ego gave me the bravery to do it anyway.